Alright, welcome everybody. It's time to get this campaign rolling. We have been waiting for the Gambler's Chest for quite a long time. So, this initial setup phase can take a long time to do all the settlement setup. So, I've kind of done this in an off time for normal streams, just so that we can kind of slowly work our way through this, not feel too much time pressure. So tried to kind of set up our table to get everything we'll need throughout this campaign, because this weekend specifically I kind of plan to play a handful of years, so few total streams this weekend just to kind of get this rolling. So let's get right into it here. Okay. Once upon a time, in a place of carved stone faces, a monster ate a tremendous meal. Its belly was so full that it could not move, so it slumbered. When the monster had digested, it awoke. Let's get rid of this real quick so you guys can see all this goodness. When the monster had digested, it awoke. It raised its curious head into the wind and smelled the despair of people stirring somewhere in the unbroken darkness. The monster licked its blood-caked snout and set off to investigate. The monster walked unhurried through the darkness, following the scent. It grew hungrier and hungrier as the scent got stronger. Its powerful heart pounded with joy as it came upon a great chest. The box reeked with delicious promise. The monster greedily nosed it open. How delectable they would be, if only their organs were bursting with fear. The monster toyed with its morsels, tasting their terror-tinged sweat as they skittered between its great big teeth. It laughed as they tickled it with their scrabbling hands, climbing to escape. There was one mouthful that did not taste of terror. She was not tender with despair. She reached between the monster's grasping fingers and freed a shard of stone. She took a deep breath and bellowed into the darkness, hoping her cries would reach someone. Somewhere in the place of stone faces, people raised a lantern to illuminate their doom. They knew they could not survive, yet they struggled just the same. These are the ones that taste best, thought the monster, delighted. Okay. That gets us through to our opening fight here against the Crimson Crocodile. So, I'm not overly familiar with the Gambler's Chest expansion. I haven't even played one full campaign through. That will be first time done on stream here. So this will probably be riddled with errors and mistakes, but what are you going to do, right? So let's go ahead and create our settlement here. These are our departing survivors against the Crimson Croc. So they all depart. We all pick up an insanity according to this setup. Uneasy awakening, all survivors gain an insanity. So let's go ahead and have this set up the prologue. Okay. I do wish they'd release some more dice color sets, but oh well. Oh wow, it actually divvied out the... Oh, okay. So Gambler's Chest does that for you. Unfortunately, I think it just put all our other starting survivors back on the shelf. So let's go grab those guys back. Yeah, Alistair. Is Urza in here? Yep, Urza. About Zachary. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Got those back. Hey, what's up, Rock? How are you, man? How is life? Same old. How's the little one? Good. Good. She's doing really well. Just growing all the time. Thanks for asking. Okay, so for setup here, we need to be 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th space away. So let's sync these up. This is Lucy. This is Lucy. Where's Alistair? I guess we can put Alistair down here. Oh, my caps lock. I'm in a cast, so I am notorious for hitting a bunch of buttons on my keyboard as I try and tap just a few. It's kind of frustratingly difficult, but worth it. Okay, then we can go Urza up here, I guess. And Zach, last but not least. Looking at the crazy expected delivery time on the KDM pre-order store, she'll be ready to play by the time it's fully delivered. Yeah, no joke. I was so close to pre-ordering Campaigns of Death, it was ridiculous, but I ended up deciding against it. Probably regret it because I will end up getting it someday, and I'll pay way more for it than I could have this time, but what are you gonna do, right? I mean, there's only so much you can do. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the Crimson Croc has some synchronous attacks, but what we do know is that that's not what's at the top of his deck to start the prologue fight. He's also a little different to attack because he barrel rolls on reactions, so we don't want to get caught on the... Yeah, I feel like he put the Abyssal Woods release date as kind of a joke. That's... My uncle is most excited for that one, and he was he thought it was very funny that they had put that on the at 2030. I think he's just trying to cover his bases. All right, so for Crimson Croc's traits, he has Immortal Presence. Hypnotized by fidgeting spine fingers, your body's fear response escalates. When a survivor has no insanity, they gain the Terrified survivor status. We don't want that. And Adrenal Adept, the monster disrupts your blood flow, preventing your body from coping with stress. When you would gain insanity from a brain trauma, your body stutters in pain and instead suffer a damage. Yeah, wasn't planning on living that long is right. That's ridiculous. Another 5 years. Come on. Okay, let's go through here. So Lucy is blue. Lucy has picked up our Despair 1 philosophy. Oh. These aren't knowledges. Yeah, they are. Whoops. We don't do philosophies till later. Okay, so knowledge, Despair 1. Despair. Thank you. When you suffer a brain trauma, gain a progress. Okay. Alistair, or sorry, Zachary is our gray character. It's white. Alistair's white. They have picked up our hunger. Starting knowledge. Is Anna saying no more optimistic predictions? She made him put conservative estimates. I get it. I mean, like I get it. I'm sure it's been pretty frustrating through all these years to deal with the general public's lack of patience. I mean, we've had a lot of stuff come up, you know, COVID, Adam's mom passed away. I mean, there's lots of stuff that like caused legitimate delays. Tariffs are causing difficulty in getting stuff. I mean, but the general public doesn't see it as like a, hey, we're still trying. They just think that he's not doing anything. So he's just constantly getting trashed online. So, yeah, I get that. Wait. What the hell? Why do we have 2 Despair 1s out on the table? That's not right. It's supposed to be our... what do we got here? Starting knowledges. Darkness, despair, fear. Isn't our third one supposed to have fear? Oh, crap. My Spotify playlist is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Stand by. Okay, we're back. Gain starting knowledge. Knowledge is an aptitude. Shuffle together darkness 1, despair, fear, and hunger. Knowledge cards. Distribute 1 to each of the Ark survivors at random. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is where everybody gets a different one. So we should have fear out here. Oh, it's a known bug. Oh, okay. Well, that's what I get for not knowing. See, but then when I run into a bug like that, I'm wondering if it's a bug or if I've been playing it wrong the little bit I have been playing it. So I'm just not overly like I know Kingdom Death, but I'm not super familiar with the philosophies and knowledges. I was talking to Bra Mithra last night and was making sure I was on the right pace before I started streaming, just because I don't want to do it all wrong. And I had been playing where once you drew a philosophy, you actually removed it from the game. Only one person could draw each philosophy, and that was super duper wrong. So I'll have to play that right. Was nice to not get a bunch of repeat philosophies, though, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of bugs? Yeah, I figured. I'm just too impatient to wait, dude. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell happened here? Why do these guys have double... Yeah, I set their gear grids up last night, and it changed them. It's okay. We'll get through it. Woo! Excuse me. Hope I got muted in time there. Okay. Oh, Alistair is red. Okay, we got that all set up now. So we all have an insanity per the instructions for starting this. I'm sure it created the decks correctly. It's generally really good at doing that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let the monster go. 21,000 Newton bite. Threat with most tokens. Nobody has any tokens, so closest survivor. So we'll just roll right up here. We'll go after Alistair, I suppose. Or Lucy, it doesn't matter. But it's 2 speed. We'll go after Alistair. So 2 speed, 3+ accuracy with no evasion. So, and damage 21. Oh, it is a synchronic attack, so this is actually going after both of them. That's my mistake. This is attacking both. This is all 6 spaces right in front of it. So the one misses. Let me reread the rules on synchronic attack really quick. Just to make sure I'm doing that right, because I think I might roll different for each survivor on synchronic attack. Sorry. There's probably going to be a fair bit of this as I play through this. I'm pretty sure synchronic attack is what are individual rolls for each target. Or maybe it's the opposite. Wow. I thought it would be in here. Must be after the prologue. I know I read this just a couple weekends ago when I was playing, but terrible as it is, I don't remember exactly where we landed with it. Oh, there we go. So synchronic attacks. Synchronic attacks are powerful actions to simultaneously affect all survivors in a zone. Okay, perfect. So just one roll. Okay. Rock is also saying that the Croc should be back one space. He has a range of 2, I guess. So he would stop right here to attack those guys. So this 5's going to hit them both on 21,000 Newton bite. If you are terrified or deaf, you cannot avoid this attack. We're neither. Otherwise, you hear the zealous finger strumming and escape the bite's full power. Reduce the damage of this attack file to 1. So this is 1 damage to each of them to the body. Ouch. Alistair takes a body shot, and Lucy takes a body shot. Okay, that takes care of that. Now we're on to our turn. Survivor Corpse could be good, right? We can get some decent stuff out of that. Let's have Alistair run back and search this Survivor Corpse. Oops. That's unfortunate. Gain an insanity, archive this terrain. It's the thought that counts, Zachary. It's just the thought that counts, my friend. Or Alistair. So an extra insanity. Alright, he does do a fair bit of barrel rolling. So let's jump. Is there any penalty for being in the blood pool? We can drink from the pool. If we're standing in the center, we get a bonus. No. Okay. It's not impassive. No. Okay, cool. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have Urza get into the blind spot here. She needs to suffer damage. We should have had that target Urza. I need to focus. This is a little different than normal. When you suffer brain damage, he hasn't suffered brain damage. No brain traumas yet. He just has to survive. Okay, I'll focus up. So in that case, I'm actually going to have Urza attack from the face just so she can be targeted next round. Maybe not the smartest move for dealing damage, but we do need... and this one's kind of tough too. The Founding Stone-esque in this fight is not as rewarding as it is in the prologue lion fight. But I think you're kind of supposed to follow that path. So we'll have Urza throw her Founding Stone. You guys will all see why here in a minute. We'll draw this top hit location card, which is supposed to be 99 Finger Spine. Critical wound, your attack shatters a translucent scab, covering the stone faces on the monster's back. Find the coagulated hit location sparkling upper back. Set it aside, reshuffle the hit location deck, and place that card on top. So it does get a -1 evasion token, which in these early games can be super helpful. Let me flip that and drop it. Get that die out of the way. Okay, so I need to find sparkling upper back. Okay. So this is a persistent injury. So we need to, in theory, shuffle these a couple times. Because it says reshuffle the hit location deck. So we'll just do a double shuffle. Place this card on top. Coagulated hit locations mean that for the most part we need to be in this spot to benefit. That is not necessarily the case for throwing a Founding Stone, because Founding Stones technically can hit any location from any spot on the board. But since Zachary's right here, no, we're going to have Lucy do it. Lucy is now going to throw... She's going to move over here. 1, 2, 3. Lucy's going to throw her Founding Stone. We're going to keep it here close, even though it's technically archived. We're going to throw the Founding Stone to hit this location. Right here, where the Acanthus is. Oh, and I remove a wound for that first stone. Okay, so this is an automatic crit. Your attack smashes through a layer of stone faces the monster is hoarding on its back. 1 Founding Stone bounces to the ground. Gain a Founding Stone starting gear, so she gets that back. And a survival, which she can't take. And then we'll discard this. This discard's over here, I believe. I think it's removed from play. You'll have to let me know if it's removed from play or gets shuffled back in, Rock. And then we take this one and put it up here. Is this one impervious? Okay, perfect, thank you. So the first one doesn't count as a wound, but the second one does, because that first card was impervious. I wonder what the best way is to orient this deck, because you have to draw from the bottom. It's kind of going to be frustrating to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to draw from the bottom on this. Because that draws from the top. Can I draw from the bottom? No. But if I flip them, you think E draws from the bottom? Let me take a look at that. No, I think E just flips it. Let me see. So this is a face-up card. Yeah, it just draws it and turns it over. Oh, Shift E maybe, huh? Oh, no way. There we go. Oh. Yeah, that does draw from the bottom. Rock, you're a genius. Let me shuffle these up. So, again, does this go into the discard pile, or does that get removed? You'll have to let me know. Does it get reshuffled in with everything else? Okay, Zachary's going to run around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zachary's going to be able to get to the blind spot. Be kind of nice if it got shuffled back in, because then you could know when you're going to... Oh, discard. Wait. Okay, discard. Cool. So I guess we could technically farm that if we just know it's off his right side in the middle. I mean, I'm sure there will be more we pick up that have that same thing, but... Alright, Zachary. Zachary has swung around to the blind spot. I wonder if they've upgraded this attack profile here. No, you can't attack unless it's with a special thing. Okay. So we're at 2 speed. We're looking for 6s or better from the blind spot. And actually it has a -1 evasion, so 5s. A 9 will definitely do it. Lashing, so this is Juicy Jowls. Lashing and Sticky. The acerbic smell of the monster's breath burns your nostrils. Okay. The Crimson Croc at prologue level has 7 toughness. We have 1 strength, which means we will be needing to roll a 6 or better to wound at this location. That'll do it. An 8 is enough. So discard that. Remove another wound. And I think that is it for the first round for us. At which point we'll pass back to Monster, who pulls an advanced, not ideal. Last threat to attack in range. Zachary is not a threat, thank goodness. Got to the blind spot, so it's going to attack Urza. This is a move and attack target. It's already there, so it doesn't need to move. There is after damage here. This isn't Cracked Molar, is it? No. If we would have crit the last one, I think it would have been Cracked Molar. So this is 2 speed. We need some low rolls here. We'd really like to dodge one of these. Fantastic. Ooh, this one's tough. Because we want her to take damage, suffer damage to upgrade this theory. This knowledge. But this is a gross one. So we're going to dodge this one. We'll take our future hits to Urza. We'll leave Urza in facing. Because that one would hurt particularly terribly. So we'll avoid that. Back to us. I'm going to have Lucy search this Acanthus while she's right here. Four. Find nothing. Okay. And then have a move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll probably let Zachary attack again, just since already there. So we'll go Zachary, 2 speed, looking for 6s. Got one. Just another no, vasodilated. Okay, so upon failure, this monster will barrel roll from right to left full move. And then, assuming we wound, we'll produce a coagulated card. Again, needing 6s. I don't think that's going to quite do it. So, failure. Monster rolls without turning. Full move the monster to the left. Okay. That is a full move. Now we can at least chase with Urza and still get there. Urza can attack in facing. Oh, she doesn't have a Founding Stone. That figures, doesn't it? Okay, so she'll go in with Fist and Tooth. No fear. 2 and 7. So we need 7s or better, because he does have a -1 evasion. Wow. That would have been double hit with a Founding Stone. Doesn't that figure? Okay. Actually, I guess we could have moved with Alistair too. Before his attack was over, because he was already there. So we'll just move there. Move Alistair up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alistair's going to search this Acanthus plant. Maybe get us something beneficial out of it, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's about as beneficial as it gets. Let's bring up some Acanthus. Fresh Acanthus. Give me that. That was Alistair that pulled it out, I think. Yep. Okay. Not bad. Actually, it was pretty bad. If we can be honest, that was a pretty bad turn. We didn't even wound him. Alright, back to Croc. Haunting Bite, survivor that last suffered damage. Dude. Who was it? Urza has not yet suffered damage. I think the only two that have suffered damage were Lucy and Alistair, and I think they suffered it at the same time. Alistair did, and Lucy did, yeah. So it's Lucy and Alistair. So I get to pick. I'll pick... I'm suffering brain damage, so it's not actually damage, so it wouldn't count in a profile. When you suffer brain damage, it's going after Alistair then. So he is adjacent. You're knocked down and suffer monster level brain damage. It's knocked down, suffers 1 brain damage. When you suffer brain damage, gain a progress. Huzzah. Okay. It gets rid of that. Puts us in a decent position to attack here. Let's run up with Zach to get it started, I guess. 2, 5, and 1. Need some 5s here. There we go, we got 1. This has a reflex, so can't avoid it unless we crit. This is not a great reflex. Okay, at least we wounded for it. So it is a wound. But the monster flips upside down and glides on its wriggling fingers, moving 2 spaces forward, which is going to... Alistair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to give him some serious knockback. They're going to come forward 1, 2... then cranes its neck to wink at the attacker. They suffer monster level +1 brain damage to Zachary. So this is the guy we needed to live. So he has no insanity and his box filled in because that's 2 total. So he does gain the Terrified. I do know there's a hotkey for searching too. I just haven't figured. That one's an FN, and on my keyboard that's a tough one. Okay. So definitely not ideal for Zachary there. Because he's just the one we need to survive. We just need to get him to the aftermath. So roll up with Lucy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just get in the middle back here. Okay, Lucy's coming in hot. 2 speed. 6s or better. 2. 2 vasodilateds. Both on failures. And they're both going right? No, one's right, one's left. Well, we would rather not fail any, but if we're going to fail one, having him move left is going to be most beneficial for us, so we'll start with that one. We need 6s or better. We're on that 50%. Nice! Oh, well. Nice-ish. It's good for a wound. He doesn't move. But we are drawing a coagulated hit location. That was Shift-E to pull from the bottom. That goes on top. Okay, that's a left and right. Don't forget that, because we're probably going to end up putting another one on top here. Especially, but yeah, we want to. We want those 6s or better. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another damage. Another vasodilated. Oh, yuck. So those do not play well with each other. We have to be in the front, which is not going to happen. So I'm going to have Urza 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's not going to attack. She's just hopefully going to be targeted on this next... actually, the attacks he has left pretty much sucked. Alright. Really nothing we can do. Alistair's in a bad way. He's terrified. Again, nothing we can do unless we can get him to the pool. So we'll just have to let him go. This is 21,000 Newton bite. Threat with most tokens in range. Thankfully, he is not a threat. Otherwise, this would murder him. Okay, so they're going to go after Urza. This is a 2 speed, 3+ accuracy attack with no evasion. Oh. Okay, she doesn't have any survival left, but we wouldn't have dodged this anyways. We like this attack. So, again, this is a move in Synchronic, so I don't think he would back away, though, would he? If he doesn't have to move, he wouldn't move. Like, he wouldn't bounce back to here. I don't know, you let me know. It doesn't change anything about who gets attacked, but just let me know how that would actually play out. Would they move even though they're already in range? So this ends up just being down to 1 damage because they are not terrified or deaf. So they take 1 damage to... Urza takes 1 to the head. Well, that's figures. So she did suffer a damage. Heavy hit to the head, which is going to knock him down. Okay, that's... He won't if he did. Perfect. Okay, that's what I thought. So Alistair's going to stand, because that's the end of the monster's turn. Should probably just finish this up. Upgrading knowledges is nice, but I mean, we shouldn't sit around here and fool around too much, especially with one of us being terrified. So I'll have Lucy run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go 4. Lucy's gonna attack from blind spot with Founding Stone to need some 5s. Got 1. Oh, well, I'm an idiot. Okay, this is why I need to pay attention. I'm gonna play this out because I need to stop being stupid. Okay, this is a vasodilated or a coagulated. I attacked from the wrong position. So unless you attack from the highlighted spot, your wound attempt is an automatic failure. So basic action, targeting the attacker. What's the point of me sitting here and playing if I'm trying to rush? It's stupid. I need to slow down. So this is just basic action, targeting the attacker. Thank goodness they're not terrified. This is Lucy. What does Lucy need? Brain trauma? Yikes. Okay, 2, 3, and 2. 1 miss. Can't dodge a reaction. So 2 damage to Lucy's body. It's a heavy. She'll be knocked down. Oh, that's a severe for Lucy. Boy. Might be getting our death principle right off the rip here. Severe roll to the body. So 10 is blow sends you the blow sends you sprawling, you're knocked over. Okay. Now that we've got our head out of our rears, we'll run Zachary up to this location, which is in coordination with this coagulated spot. Zachary. Need some 6s here. I got a 4 and a 9. Yes. So we do pull this. Plus 3 strength to wound this location. That's fantastic for us. So we'll just roll and deal with what we get there. Oh boy. It's actually not a wonderful wound. Oh, you're kidding. That's definitely a miss, right? Plus 3 strength. We needed 6s or better. Because he has 7 strength. 7 toughness. Yeah. So I drop it down to 4. We needed 3s. We rolled a 2, so we do not get the wound there. Yikes. Okay, Alistair. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well have him try. This is 2 looking for 6s again. Nice. Pulled 2 of them. Other vasodilated. This is a failure. Flea brain trauma. Do I need to suffer a brain trauma? When you suffer brain damage. Actually, might not be bad because they're terrified. So, oh, but this stops them from gaining insanity from brain trauma, so they can't do that. Two spaces forward's gonna hurt even more, though. Yikes. We just want to not fail either of them. We'll go after this one, though. Okay, we need 6s. Nice. I love the way that die rolled and just, like, floated to a 1. Failure. It's long tongue, undulating hypnotically. Turn the monster to face the attacker and move 3 spaces back. 1, 2, 3. The attacker suffers a flea brain trauma, so they're going towards the edge of the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to get knocked down. They are not immortal, so they don't suffer frenzy. And then Flea would normally have you gain insanity, which we don't do in this fight, right? Yeah, gain a D5 insanity. So instead of that, we just have to gain a damage to our legs. Okay. That's the end of that. Back to the croc. Vampire Bite, last threat to attack in range. That's going to be Lucy, I believe. Pretty sure it was Lucy that was last threat. Last one to attack. Oops. Oh my gosh. This cast is making it ridiculous. Okay. Just coming into Vampire Bite. 2 speed, no evasion. Dang it. Okay, so 2 hits. Worth 2 damage to each of these spots for Lucy. Double head and double arms. So arms is a heavy, head is a severe. So they're definitely going to be knocked down. And then they're going to be rolling on the head severe injury chart. Not a great one to be rolling on. 6. Deaf. Uh-oh. That means they're just as susceptible to 21,000 Newton bite as anybody. So, oops. Okay, but then after damage, the monster's long tooth discharges concentrated cortisol directly into your bloodstream. Gain the immortal disorder and the anemic impairment. Anemic means it only takes 4 bleeding tokens to kill you. Immortal, while you're insane, convert all damage dealt to your hit locations to brain damage. Yeah, that's that. Okay. So they were just knocked down, but Urza's up, Alistair's up. We need to try to finish this thing. Urza's going to just attack right from the blind spot here because we don't have any coagulateds. They are fist and tooth in it though, which is kind of scary. Which means they're just going to be needing 6s or better from the blind spot. I got 1. And then, yikes. We need to wound this one, but we need like a 7+ here. No way. 5. So that's a failure. He's going to the right a full move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The monster rolls without turning. Nobody's in the way while rolling. If the 99 finger spine hit location is in the discard pile or in play, which it should be. Nope. 99 finger spine. Nope. Is that this one? Oh, it is this one. Oh no. Place it on top of the hit location deck. Does that mean we lose the evasion? I don't super get that. So we put it back on top. Does that mean he loses that -1 evasion, or does that mean we can get another one on there for him? You have to let me know. There's not a whole lot we can do here, so... So Urza just attacked. She didn't move. So we know what's coming is that brain injury one. Who needs to suffer brain damage? He does. Alistair does. He's not going to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to have Zachary probably move into this pool, into the middle, and activate in there. No, yeah. Zachary, that's got the issue, right? Yeah. Zachary's going to come in here. He's going to roll this D10, search the pool. 4 + 1 is 5. Gain monster level insanity, so that's 1 insanity. So now next round I can activate and get rid of that terrified survivor status card. Okay. Back to monster. We are not doing very well here. Haunting Bite. Survivor that last suffered damage. That would be Lucy. So move and intimidate target. If adjacent, they're going to come all the way down. That's well within their movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have. Oh, they do have 6 movement is all. So just perfect. Knocks you down. You suffer monster level brain damage. That's Lucy, right? Yep. Monster level brain damage. She's already down. Yeah. She's already down. She can't be re-knocked down. So that's the end of that card. So she'll stand up. She was knocked down last round. My only question is this evasion token. I don't know if we remove that because we got rid of this persistent injury. Yeah, because it's no longer a persistent injury, so there's no longer a -1 evasion token, right? Seems right to me. I'm going to let Urza start because she's got the best chance of critting and getting that -1 back. So Fist and Tooth from the blind spot. 2 speed looking for 7s. Oh, he actually got one. So we got a chance of critting this here. 9, 10 to crit this. It's impervious. Crit would be cool. No. Just poopy. We only need to do 2 more damage to the guy. Ooh, I'm gonna move Alistair like to here. Or just right here, probably. I'm gonna have him activate to get rid of this card. I won't have him attack. Oh, we can't get around to the blind spot? Oh well, I guess we'll just have to attack from the facing then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Alright, Lucy. This is getting a little nasty. We need some 7s. Got one. Vasodilated. We just gotta do the wounds. Exactly. When we pull these, we just have to be successful on the wounds. Alright, so we draw a coagulated hit location. How's that? Is that in an okay spot? It might be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Okay, Zachary is gonna attack the Founding Stone. 2, 7, and 1. Need a 7. Got one. It's gonna pull us this coagulated. +3 strength to wound this location. That's awesome. So we just need a 3 or better. 5 will do it. So we discard this. It's another wound, and hopefully the 21,000 Newton bite is not the only one left in there. Actually, it would be okay because we're not terrified anymore. But that's all we can do. So we gotta let him go. Oh, actually I would have way rather had 21,000 than this one. Last threat to attack in range is Zach. We don't have any surge. He's gonna pick up Immortal and Anemic here. Man, that was actually a super unfortunate card to have left. I guess there's a chance that maybe he'll miss one of these and we can dodge the other. We need a 1 or a 2 here, really bad. No, we did not get it. So this is going to be worth 2 damage to each spot. Prologue's kind of whooping our butt. Okay, we're going to dodge the body. Take 2 to the waist. He's going to pick up Immortal Disorder. And the Anemic Impairment. Okay, that's his last card. So let's finish him up here, shall we? I would very much appreciate that. Lucy's better than Urza. I'm gonna have Lucy run around to the blind spot here. She's still got her Founding Stone. 6s from the blind spot. Got one. Could be enough to get rid of the Vampire Bite. It's kind of a nasty failure. We need the win here. Yes! Needed the 6, got the 7. So not a failure. Remove Vampire Bite. His basic action sucks though. Yeah, just no chance for the Terrified guys. Guess we could try Urza. She needs 7s from the blind spot with Fist and Tooth. She got 1. So it's got a good crit on it. No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, it does. No. But we do need to crit it. No, failed it. Didn't matter what weapon we would have attacked with there, we would have failed. He's full moving to his left, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Alright, that does still leave me Zachary and Alistair to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zachary. Send us home, my boy. Yeah. 2 chances at it. No trap, no trap, no trap, no trap, no trap. Thank goodness. Okay, so we're going to do Pale Cloaca first. Oh, this would be so huge to crit. If we could get paint out of the way. Come on. Oh, heavens. Oh my gosh. That was unfortunate. Okay, now we just need the wound. We're not even going to be picky here. Oh! Oh my gosh. All adjacent survivors suffer brain damage equal to their bleed tokens. Zach has no bleed tokens, thank goodness. But now Alistair's got to try, and we're just creeping our way towards that trap. There's only... Uh-oh. How long have I been muted for? I must have accidentally done that on one of my... Let me figure out which button that is. That might be my search button or my... Give me just a second. Okay, so I mispressed a button all the way back a while ago. The FN2 when I meant to do FN1. And that mutes me, apparently, in stream. So that is good to know. Thank you, Rock. It's actually a really good thing that I was muted, because I've been saying some pretty egregious things from those roles. I've been saying some pretty... Yeah, some things I might have had to apologize to the viewers for, so it's probably overall a great thing that I was muted. Yeah, okay. So we got our Crimson Crockery, got our 4 basic, our 4 Crimson. We are going to come over here, we're going to complete the showdown. We get a Collective Cognition. Zachary lived, so he's going to gain one of these, go to Hunger 2. I know Hunger specifically sucks. Stupid one. But, okay. Big brain moves. Yeah. All part of the plan. Alright, and then we know how this goes. So... I do think it tries to tell us, though. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter because the order that this goes in is first Crimson Day, because we do a settlement event first. So it's... Are these all scout discoveries? Yeah, okay. So stay in there. They must have put them all together in this one. Holy cow, do we need to go through this and see what we need? Because we're not using any... Oh my gosh. Not using Frog Dog. So let's get the ones out we don't need. Not using Black Knight. Not using Spidicules. Or Slenderman. We do keep Murder and Skull Eater. Birth, Death, First Crimson Day will come back for you. We don't use Ballad of the Butcher. Maybe we do. Maybe that's because it's pattern. No, I think we take these out. The little hand means they don't come in until they're told to be put in, right? So I think we pull those out too. Pull out that first day. We don't want Murder or... Is it Murder and Plague that are better in the Gambler's Chest that we take out? Murder and Skull Eater. First day, Murder, Skull Eater, get rid of those. Okay. So these, I'm just going to return to the box, I guess. Because we don't need any of them right now. Then we'll go back for First Crimson Day. We'll give these a great big shuffle just so we don't. Alright, First Crimson Day. The survivors trust their kill. Putting their backs to the bloodbath, they set off, grimly dragging the squelching Hulk into the darkness. Drawn by a soft glow, they approach a distant form. On a deep instinctual level, they know this place is safe. They make it their home. Roll a d10 to determine our starting population. This is going to be a rough settlement, isn't it? Good night. 7 in addition to what we have. Okay. So we'll just... I'm going to move to fantasy names. We'll just get some fillers in here for now. As well. We're going to have 11 total, so we'll do 6. We'll do 5 female and 6 male. Cleo. Citalia, that's alright. Seleucia, or Seleucia. It's a cool one. Okay, now we're doing some fellas. Oh, no, whoops. I guess we'll just do 5 males. Whatever. Brendan? Plutus? Jeez. Sometimes I wonder. Now Zeus has got to be saved for later. Corlin? That's a good one. Got to be saved for like a big birth or something. Ooh, Roger. Percival's okay. Roderick was a good one. Alright, so that gives us all 11. So now we can go to our timeline. So we did our first Crimson Day settlement event. Now we're doing Dreamless Respite story event. Let's go to the contents here. Dreamless Respite. Alright, nominate a survivor to gesture over the Roar of Snores. Roar of Snores. The survivors approach a mass of dreaming bodies held aloft by a motionless giant. The snoring forms a dense roar that drowns all other sound. The nominated survivor's voice is swallowed by the din. Give me just a second. I gotta do something before I continue on here. Just 1 second. Sorry, everybody. Had to send a quick text to the wife. And needed to pull something up on the computer. Okay. The settlement gains the Dreamless language innovation, but they find it ineffective for communicating around the sphere of snorers. They learn to communicate without sound. The settlement gains the silent dialect innovation. The nominated survivor gains 2 understanding. So we gain Dreamless language and silent dialect. Okay, Dreamless language ups our survival limit, lets us encourage. Silent dialect lets us fist pump, which is encourage for deaf people. Oh, and a nominated survivor. I'm not going to have it be one of our absolute anemic turds now, so we'll just go Urza, I guess. Give Urza 2 understanding there. Search the innovation cards for Dreamless language, put them in play. Survivors agree they must hunt to live. Add the prologue monster Crimson Croc to your quarry list. Should be in here, yep. Let me make sure it's on this one, because this is kind of what our whole thing goes over. Okay, perfect. So there's that. Let's get back to this. We build the innovation deck, which we've already done in the app here. Shuffle them. Now, the Giant Guardian. Exhausted, the nominated survivor nestles in the overflowing robes of the encumbered creature. It remains still, enthusiastically motioning for the others to join. The survivor names their settlement's guardian the Dreamkeeper. Search the settlement location cards for the Keeper of Dreams. Whoops. Place it face up. Okay. Drop this over here. Okay. Keeper of Dreams. Huddled in the Dreamkeeper's robes, the sudden horror of existence is replaced by a spreading sense of calm. Under the droning thrum of snores and sighs, they drift off into dreamless sleep. Remove any disorders. Okay, never mind. We are going to make this be some turd. We'll let it be probably Lucy. What Zachary? Was he the one that's doing hunger? I hate that he consumes. I really do hate that. We'll do it to him. So we'll get rid of Immortal. Give him 2 Understanding. The nominated survivor gains the Grounded ability. Grounded. At any time you may set your insanity to 0, 1, or 2. Limit once per lantern year. Nice. That one would actually be beneficial for just about anybody else. Brain trauma or otherwise. Oh well. Okay. So that gets rid of Dreamless Respite. Now we gotta go to First Meal. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Nominate a survivor to raise a drink. Alright. This one will do Lucy. How about that? The settlement gathers for their first meal. The nominated survivor raises their hands to mark the settlement's unity with a sanguine sip. Communal consumption benefits the Ark survivor's collective cognition. Build the collective cognition rewards deck. Ordering the numbered cards with the lowest value on top. If duplicate numbers appear, use only one of each value. Include only core monster reward cards, collective cognition monster reward cards for monsters in your campaign. Okay, so let's bring this down here because this is kind of our settlement down here. So this is our starting knowledge deck too. That need right here. We don't have any philosophies right now, so we just need to build our collective cognition. Okay, let's go over and build these. So if there's only one of each number, we don't need to worry about it. So 1, 2. Just gonna get, okay, 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, a couple 6s. We are using Crimson Croc. 8, 13, 16, and 16. We're using Smog. $21, $26, $30. And this is just the last one. Okay, cool. There you go. Awesome. Okay, so we've built our collective cognition deck. The survivors digest their feast, gain 1 collective cognition. Which just puts us at 1, right? No, we get 1 for killing the prologue. The survivors digest their feast, gain a collective cognition. So that'd put us at 2. Collective cognition impacts its first reward. Gain the CC reward card marked with the 1 on the back. Okay, never mind. Is that just a kind of an error in text? The nominated survivor begins a discourse, which is where we build a philosophy deck. Build a philosophy deck. Take 2 random tier 1 philosophy cards and the core philosophy cards, Dreamism and Survivalism. Okay. Philosophies. So we need to get Survivalism. And what was the other starting one? It's got to be back over here, right? So we're supposed to get Survivalism. Oh, and Dreamism. And then 2 random core ones. So I'll just take this top one. Let's go look through the tier 1s. Okay, we'll flip these. Just take the top 2. Put the rest in the box. Okay, we have our deck of 4. Shuffle the cards and place Survivalism at the top. All right. Put the Philosophy deck into play. All right. The survivors share frantic reenactments of their tactics. Build the starting knowledge deck. Find darkness 1, fear, despair, and hunger, which I already did. If any of these advance to a higher level during the prologue showdown, which actually it did. Hunger went to hunger 2. Okay. There it is. Okay, so we'll get hunger 2 out of there. What is going on here? My game froze. I can't move now. Can't even leave the table. I think the game has crashed, so let's go to the main menu. Hope it's not a server problem. That'd be an unfortunate time. Nope, looks good. Crash during browse stream too? Okay. So not just me. I'm sure they'll get her polished up here in time. Alright, cool. So we got that built. Nominated survivor gains a random knowledge from the deck. They focus and ponder darkness. So they're just going to gain a random one. This is... Who the hell did I... Oh, I nominated Lucy on this one. No. Urza. So they pick up Fear 1. Nice. That's what they already had. So I think that means they don't gain anything, right? Or do they get one in addition to that? If they have Fear and I draw Fear, does that mean it's like a dead draw, like a fighting art? Or do I get to draw another one till they don't? Do I get to draw one till they don't have it? Do you know, Rock? Dead draw. Okay. This campaign's off to a killer start. Alright, with the sudden acceleration of culture, the nominated survivor sees a path unfolding before them. Surviving the darkness is paramount. They gain hunt XP up to their first milestone. And adopt a philosophy. When ARC survivors reach their first hunt XP milestone, they adopt a philosophy by drawing the top card of the philosophy deck. The nominated survivor adopts survivalism. Once the survivalism philosophy book... Oh yeah, open it and follow the directions. Okay, survivalism right there. Yeah, tenacity is the tenet knowledge. When you depart, gain a survival token. You may spend a survival token at any time to gain a survival. And then their neurosis is selfish. When you encourage another survivor, roll a d10. On a 6+, you don't encourage. And then meat shield crap. But okay. So we open this up and then we'll proceed to rank 1. So survivalism, this is where it tells us we're selfish now. We proceed to rank 1. Only you. You are all alone. All that matters is your survival. Adapt to survive. Gain a Lumi. And roll a d10. Let's roll it up. Wow, somebody has just, like, these dice, man. Holy cow. Alright, you fixate on one lantern, flinging stones at it until you can knock it down. When the time comes, you will only get one shot, so you must make it count. Gain knowledge accuracy training. Accuracy training. When you successfully hit the monster, gain a progress. Limit once per attack. Okay, and that's a knowledge that's going to be... Oh my gosh, do they just have a knowledges pack? They're each sectioned out. Survivalism. Accuracy training right there. Okay. There it is. Flip that, put it in there, and shuffle it up. Okay. I should keep track of it in the app too, I believe. So philosophies, we gained survivalism. Yep, perfect. Thank you, app. Alright. During future settlement phases, survivors who reach new Hunt XP milestones will adopt philosophies and advance others during the development step. Last but not least is Extinguished Guidepost. Oh yes. Just outside the settlement, they gather to form a deadly pact. A death pact is formed. They will return with a kill or not at all. Gain the death pact innovation. And the outskirts settlement location. Replace a random basic hunt event card with the Scout basic hunt event card. Holy cow. Does this game not do that for me? My hunt events. Basic hunt events. Should be like 12 or 14, right? Oh, get that out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Okay, so I need to take one off the top. Is it going to be in specials or is it going to be in Gambler's Chest box? Okay. Being Gamblers. Okay. Scout hunt event. Okay, that goes in there. That all gets shuffled together. Let's go back in there. These are what we use to draw from. Okay. An ill-omened stench spreads through the settlement. Following the smell, the survivors reach an extinguished guidepost. The foul wind moans through its darkened lamp. On the ground, the survivors find a waxy gray object. Its eye-watering smell prevents them from seeing it clearly. Gagging and weeping, they roll it in layers of cloth until its smell is merely repulsive. The survivors contrive a use for this dreaded pack. Nominate a survivor to accompany the hunting survivors. The dreaded burden is lifted onto their shoulders. They are the scout this lantern year. They feel a grim responsibility. So we'll just pick one of our new females, probably. We'll do Cleo. Have Cleo be our scout. They're going to roll on this table for us as well. Come on, Cleo. My gosh. 3. Oh, give me a break. Are you kidding? The survivors affixing the bundle for traveler are overcome by its raw stench. For just a moment, the bundle slips, revealing its foul contents to the scout. The tears sizzle in their eyes. Their hair withers and falls to the ground. They exhale a final sigh of relief before losing consciousness. The scout suffers -1 accuracy and evasion. I'm just getting shit on every roll in this. Every single one. Holy cow. Okay. That's it for the timeline stuff. Now at least I can go over here. We did get our first collective cognition, so. Facets of existence. Whoops. Facets of existence. Attain the tier 1 philosophies, which we did. When you attain philosophies, they become available in your campaign. Return to the first meal to build the philosophy deck. Okay, so that was just a quick little side street there. Alright, that's that. Let's look into... We did get some pale flesh, so we could build a couple pieces of croc armor. I'm going to want to save that perfect bone for Grimjaw, right? Doesn't that need... Yeah. We just need to track down an iron now. I'm going to save that perfect bone. We're going to make Grimjaw at some point. We should probably innovate. Just because we always should. So I'll probably... Let's make sure the Immortal... I thought I told you to stop going to the shit dice shop. Yeah. Yeah, but I just thought I'd give them one more try. If they would put different die sets in here, it couldn't possibly be that difficult for them to just add the different sets of dice they've released. Then you could switch up dice. I do that on gaming weekends all the time. If you're rolling cold dice, you switch them up. They don't give you that option here. It's annoying. The tongue is... Oh, that's for the Bloodglass Longsword. We didn't get any veined glass, though. Not one. I did the Bloodglass Longsword in my last campaign, and it was pretty good. I didn't dislike it. Their honed edges are a little bit annoying, but we gotta have something. So if we were to use our pale flesh... Okay, so we need to maybe keep the immortal tongue is what I'm thinking. So we would need to get rid of the pale fingers as a hide, monster bone as a bone, and then we're going to have to ditch a perfect organ to innovate. And an endeavor. Ammonia and paint. Ammonia's nice. Start working our way towards leather working. Paint's nice to dash. We can get paint if we're really lucky in the... Oh, we could skip? Okay. I don't mind that idea, Rock. We could skip the innovation year 1. Because we did get like 3 innovations. Maybe we do that this year. That's great. I mean, I don't do that often, but maybe we'll do that this year. I like where your head's at, Rock. Just because gear is pretty important to us here right now. We should probably spend at least 2 of these to get the Bonesmith and the Skinnery at least. So we have Bonesmith, Crimson Crockery, Keeper of Dreams, Outskirts, and Skinnery. Skinnery, Bonesmith. No veined glass, not one piece, man. So that means if we do anything weapon-wise, we're going to have to go to the Bonesmith. Which isn't great because he does have a couple super dense locations which would, I mean, basically trash our weapons. Break them. He's got 1, 2... I don't think it breaks parries. So he's only got 2 super denses, which wouldn't be horrible for like a bone axe. We did really need a veined glass. Are we even close? No. Nope. Feel like we might as well check off some armor, right? Like take a pale flesh. We might want to save that immortal tongue for the Bloodglass longsword. So if I did a pale flesh, we don't have a crimson fin. Pale flesh and a bone. I could do the slippers. Then if I did pale flesh and this perfect organ, I could do the guard or the falds. If I did the guard, I think I could pick up the clothed and satiated when it becomes available. Still leaves me with the pale fingers, immortal tongue. Didn't get any scrap either. We maybe could have done the darts. Bonesmith doesn't leave us with a ton of options either. I mean, realistically, we've got... Oh, not even super realistically. Just because of our low draws. We couldn't even make a bone axe unless we burn the tongue or don't build this piece of armor. Which, I mean, if I wouldn't be like mad if we rolled a pale flesh over to next year. I think a bone axe is the best weapon available. So we're doing the slippers though for sure. So let me just get rid of those. Nothing special on those. I don't know, what do you think? It's kind of a tough call. I would have rather just got a blood glass longsword. The darts are 1, 7, and 3. Oh, but they're frail too. Bone dagger is not frail, which is really not much different than the founding stone. Bone club we can't get. I mean, I think we could get it, but cumbersome is dumb. Bone blade 262, it's frail. Then 263 frail. I mean, the bone axe is definitely the best of what we have available. It's just the problem is we'd need to burn a monster bone and a perfect organ, which perfect organs aren't great. Like, they haven't been incorporated to be like super good yet. So we get rid of those two. Pull out the bone axe. We could roll the pale flesh over. I want to hide the perfect bone. Probably the tongue. Perfect bone's going to be a great step to have for Grimjaw if we happen to find our way into an iron. To get Grimjaw early would be amazing. Some crimson slippers. Definitely putting the perfect bone away. This next fight's going to be kind of miserable. What croc weapons can we make? None. Because we don't have any veined glass or crimson bones. So this needs veined glass, crimson bone, pale fingers, and scrap, but we don't have scrap. Veined glass, veined glass, veined glass, crimson bone. It's bad, man. It was a bad draw. It kind of lines up with how this whole campaign's starting, though. Suppose we could turn a fresh acanthus into normal acanthus if we want. We just have to pick up the organ grinder. I did subtract an endeavor for that. Browse stream just started. I will probably cut mine after we finish this phase, so. I just got a couple other things I gotta do today, so. After we get this kind of settled, I think I'll probably jump off. Maybe go watch his for a little bit. We'll just inventory these. We'll turn this into a dried acanthus, actually. It's gonna do us way more good that way. I'm just gonna search it out. I agree. I think Bone Axe is the move. Kind of unfortunate, risking possibly breaking it, but we really don't have many options. One Pale Flesh, one Pale Finger, and an Immortal Tongue. Goes into storage. Is Bra doing Gambler's Chest sim stream? Okay. We can divvy this stuff out too. I will probably jump back on later tonight and play a little more. We just got a couple things to do this afternoon. Probably end up hooking up a camera for stream too, just so you guys can tell when I'm talking and muted. I don't end up with the whole muted stream. Okay, and we spent all our endeavors but one. We could pick up stone noses. Set of stone noses. Oh, or we could do outskirts. We could get a, probably should get a stone. Hollow stone. Yeah, we'll spend this on a hollow stone. Going back after a croc. We should probably... Generally, we put the axe with the person that used to sacrifice their stone. So, okay, cool. Well, that was a interesting start. Some pretty horrible rolling, which I think just means the next one has to be better, right? Next session of rolls has got to be better. I'm pretty sure that's a rule. So we'll hope for that. But thanks for popping in and watching and participating. Appreciate you guys, and we will catch you next time.